I will be a billionaire that can dunk. I will be a billionaire that can dunk. I will be a billionaire that can dunk. Now you manifest something. Come on, guys. We got this, okay? XRP today is sitting at 38 cents, okay? Stick around to the end because we got a lot of info today, a lot of information consumption. You're going to love it. Brian Brown tweets out, despite the crypto bear market, Ripple is doubling down on Europe, seeking a VASP license in Ireland so it can passport its services across the EU. Let's go. After a lawsuit from the SEC, effectively Ripple is operating outside of the US. Yeah, basically 90% of the income comes from outside of the US right now. Crypto startup. Hilarious that they call it a startup. Like Ripple, the biggest company with the most connections, is just starting up to take over the world. Crypto startup Ripple is seeking a license in Ireland to drive EU expansion. US-based crypto company Ripple no longer derives most of its income from America. Token should not be considered an investment contract. Absolutely not. You know why? Because when you buy XRP, do you own shares in Ripple? No, right? No, right? When you buy XRP, do you have rights to profits invested into a common entity? No, you don't. You don't. You own a token. Well, everyone around the world except the SEC is calling Ripple a virtual currency, right? And it has real world use cases such as facilitating cross-border transactions between banks and other financial institutions. It literally can't get more useful than that, okay? Ruling on the case to arrive in another first half of 2023. So it's coming up real quick, guys. Real quick, and I can't wait. In the speech, Hyman says that sales of ETH, a rival token, are not securities transactions. That's really funny because if you deep dive into it, Ripple or XRP and Ethereum can function in the exact same way. So why is one considered a security and one not? It doesn't make any sense. Hinman made a butt ton of money, like a lot of money, over this whole like debacle. XRP was in front, and then this like lawsuit happens, and then F took the second place, right? So it just fishy, 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 fishy. Moving on. Da 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 da. Mr. Whale tweets out, breaking. Pro XRP attorney John Deaton launches petition to investigate SEC chair Gary Gensler's connections with Sam Bankman fraud. Lol. It's time for Gensler to go. Gary. Everyone's upset. You missed FTX. Michael Branch tweets out, this week the company entered into a potential gigantic partnership with MS Africa, the company with over 400 million users and more than 800 payment corridors in Africa has the largest mobile money presence on the continent. We covered this yesterday, but like it's pretty big, and I found some new information in this article. Let's see. The San Francisco-based fintech has thus conquered its sixth continent. That's pretty massive. ODL, it's like the entire world. Next, Antarctica. Let's go. ODL payout markets include Africa, Argentina, Belgium, Israel, Australia, Brazil, Singapore, the EAU, the UK. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Could literally sit here all day and talk about partners. Okay, Ripple further remarked that the machine learning and automation efforts are focused on liquidity, the backbone of all the company's products. The launch is expected to take place as early as this year. Now, this machine learning is referring to something called automated market makers, AMM, right? Now, David Schwartz had a full hour talk about this, which I really encourage you guys to look up. But basically, an automated market maker finds the cheapest and fastest way to go from one currency to another, or one digital asset to another, right? They find the cheapest route. Maybe they trade like 5 things. It goes Bitcoin to Ethereum to XRP, or whatever it is, right? It could be like euros to XRP to 3 other things, and then finally at the very end is the last digital asset, and that'll come into the play later in what I'm about to talk about. The XRP token, based payment technology is experiencing rapid growth. ODL was originally introduced in 2018 to overcome issues with cross-border payments. Yeah, problem and solution. Now ODL also serves corporate clients such as these guys in a variety of segments, including retail, agriculture, e-commerce, technology, and supply chain. Pretty wild. Ripple's ODL solution answers the industry's age-old problems of pre-funding and speed of fund settlement, right? So it's not just about cross-border payments, right? This whole issue of pre-funding and working capital is massive. Imagine if you're in Africa and you're like, or like anywhere around the world, right? And you're like, oh, I just got a sale for $50 million of, building all these condos, and now I need to wait for funding to, that could take weeks for funding to fund the project, and also the transaction cost for the funding is really high. So like to make a frictionless world of commerce, you can use Ripple's ODL solution, and now all of a sudden the funding just comes like that, and it costs like almost nothing, right? Real time payout. It's like a massive problem. It's like probably the second biggest problem other than cross-border payments, and Ripple's targeting them both. If you don't have if you have XRP and you're looking to diversify, go to link 2. I'll put the link in the description, and try to get in on pre-sale Ripple, right? The actual Ripple stock. Like at this point, you probably want both to diversify. Brandon tweets out, this article made me laugh, so I thought I'd share. 156 trillion market cap. Haha, is it hype or what's up? Already did 30 billion in settlements, and they asked, will it reach $10? Probably more. Right? $156 trillion market, right? It's just around the corner. Additionally, approximately 40 payout markets are live on ODL, thereby representing 90% of the FX market. The cross-border payment company is keen to tap into the ballooning market, which is projected to reach $56 trillion. Let's dive in a little bit deeper. What's Ripple say? Right, this article on the Ripple website. The evolution of on-demand liquidity, corporate adoption of crypto-enabled payments. For many unbanked individuals, remittance are a primary source of income, but cross-border payments are slow and unreliable with high fees. On average, the fee for consumers to send money across borders is 7% or $14 and $200. Man, like that's life-changing. Literally, I don't even have to add anything else. I said it all here. Life-changing, faster, cheaper payments, right? That's what these people need to like significantly improve their lives. We decided to partner with Ripple to solve two core pain points: cross-border payments and the availability to access working capital, right? We're talking about pre-funding and working capital within our supply chains. Wow. And then we go dive even deeper right here through this link. How new entrants are redefining cross-border payments. Right, so let me highlight the issue. $1 trillion market ripe for distribution. Oh yeah, let's go. Lack of transparency, long settlement periods, high transaction costs, and limited accessibility. Man, like they're obviously solving massive problems here. The lawsuit is total scammeroony, if you know what I'm talking about. While these factors are less likely to be an issue for transactions within liquid currencies, USD, Euro, they are particularly prevalent in cross-border transactions of exotic currencies. This is what we're talking about with automated market making, right? I'll leave a link in the description because David Schwartz is a genius. Automated market making, right? It goes through multiple pairs to find the fastest and cheapest method to get from one currency or one digital asset to another, right? Why is that significant? Because it fixes liquidity requirements for other banks, right? They won't need to pay this 100 euros anymore, and instead of 7 days, it's instantaneous, right? And it's automatic, right? Automatic market making. Wow. Okay, so on the timeline right now, look at this. So far, consumers to consumers, right? This is being tackled. Business to consumers, this is being tackled. Consumers to business, right? This is being tackled. But what about business to business, right? This is where all the money is, $150 trillion, right? And this is waiting right now for the SEC Ripple lawsuit to end, right? You might say like, oh, all of Ripple's customers are outside the United States, but the Federal Reserve is the most powerful organization in the world. They don't answer to the Treasury, right? They don't answer to the government. They're the most powerful corporation in the world, right? And they need right? No one wants to step into the game before the Federal Reserve has 100% clarity, right? Because it's too big of a risk, right? Like imagine stepping into this technology, and then the big players aren't in yet, right? And then you step in, and then the big players change something, and now you're just screwed for the future, right? And I just want to add, this is pure speculation, but please let me know what you think in the comments below, because this is a really interesting perspective. It seems to me that the lawsuit was a way of speeding down a juggernaut that was about to take almost 100% of the market share. And companies like JP Morgan and there's other factions of elite families that thought, oh no, we don't have enough, or we at this rate we won't have enough market share in Web 3.0. And so they had to slow down the juggernaut, the one who's clearly the best company and has the best project. They had to slow them down so that these other global elites could get a portion of the market share before things took off. And I really, really think that's why the lawsuit happened in the first place. Increased trade with emerging markets and higher financial inclusion. That's another key term we need to remember. Financial inclusion. Trend 1. Changing consumer demands, right? The world is changing. Increasing trade with emerging markets, right? So now we're solving the liquidity problem with emerging markets to basically financially include them. Accessibility of mobile payments and e-payments, right? Right now, there's never since the smartphones come out, we've always needed third-party technologies and companies like Stripe, to complete our payments for us. Now it's completely secure, and we have the ability to do peer-to-peer payments. So things are about to change with mobility. In emerging markets, setting up a bank account can be challenging. Financial inclusion, boom. Enable real-time confirmation of payments. Typically requires pre-funding, but not anymore. Thank you, Ripple and XRP. Working capital hurdle can be overcome. Let's go. Okay, moving on. Alter Ego tweets out, oh yeah, and it's gone. I mean, who knows? Is Tether truly this sketchy operation where they print Tether and buy their assets to prop up the market, and then once Tether gets audited, it all just collapse? Or is Tether a secret Fed operation, and it'll end up being the most stable coin? Guys, you need to have two plans always, right? One for one possibility, one for the other possibility, right? So if you have an income and you're making money and you can put a portion of that paycheck into a speculative asset that will be utilized in a real world way, then it doesn't matter if the price goes down. If Tether implodes, right, and the price goes down, then you're happy because you have cash on the side to buy more. Not financial advice. Look, CZ, this is a tweet from April, right before all the markets collapse. When the Titanic sinks, little floats near it get dragged down too. But the floats will eventually come back up if they're untethered. That is the most fishy thing I've ever read, on a tweet. That's hilarious. So, what's untethered? XRP? Definitely untethered. ISO 20,022 coins? Untethered. I'm not sure about other coins, but even Binance, right? BUSD, half the pairings on Binance are Tether, right? So it's you never know. Nothing's too big to fail. So just keep your eyes out, keep your head on a swivel. One thing is for certain, though.
Also, you should not attack industry players over the world. We're the most licensed crypto exchange in the world. Binance also have 44 state licenses in the US. Binance US has 44 state licenses in.
Man, so whatever happens, he talks really well. So very interesting. All right, guys. Last tweet for today. Peter Schiff. Today, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust traded at 34% discount to its NAV, with Bitcoin trading at 16,700. Shareholders of GBTC were willing to sell their Bitcoin for the equivalent of 9,500. What does that tell you about retail and institutional investor confidence in Bitcoin? Peter Schiff, I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't say anything about confidence. You are a straight liar. You're lying through your teeth. The reason there's a discrepancy between the actual Bitcoin price and the ETF is because there is more paper Bitcoin than there is Bitcoin. Okay, and then now there's like a liquidation event. People are over leveraged, and all of a sudden they need to sell their paper Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin. You freaking Anyways, gotta stay positive, guys. Like, man, there's so much opportunity for us. Remember, you are already wealthy, you are already healthy, you are already free. It's all a mindset. And if you believe in those things and manifest every day, then money will come flowing into you like energy. Okay, so just remember that and have an amazing day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's go.